Alright, welcome back. We're going to look at 2-point perspective boxes, and this is the first page of the group of handouts that you've got to help you remember how to do perspective and then hopefully get you into 2-point perspective here. So this one is pretty simple. We're starting off with a horizon line. So if you guys remember back to when we did 1-point perspective, the horizon line is the line that separates the land from the sky or the ground from the wall, whatever way it is that you are looking at. So the horizon line is an important line because it represents your eye line. So anything that is above the horizon line, you're looking up at. Anything below, you're looking down at. So we're going to draw 3 boxes here, one on the horizon line, one above, and one below. And that will help you moving forward into the project that we will do with this. So to get started, anytime you're drawing in 2-point perspective, you're looking at the front corner of the box. When we did the 1-point perspective at the beginning of the year, you guys started off with the front shape of the box, so you made a square first. But here we're going to be looking at making a corner, so we're looking at 2 different sides of the box instead of just the front and then the top or bottom and the side. So this is going to give us a different view, a different angle of that box. So after we've got our 3 lines here, we're going to be going back to our vanishing points, which we'll add to our horizon line. And the vanishing points are 1 on each side. That's going to give us a vanishing point for both edges of the cube going backwards. So after you've done your corners, the next step you're going to be doing is using the top and the bottom of those corners, lining up those with your ruler to each vanishing point. So you're going to use both sides here, and you're going to go to whichever vanishing point is on that side of the corner. So that's our beginning part. We're going back to these. I'm not going to draw all the way across here because that's going to help save some erasing. So when I do these, I can kind of line them up so I know that those lines are going to match up in the end. That's just going to save us, like I said, a little bit of erasing. And if you guys remember from doing that when we did the 1-point perspective, it gives you an idea of where we're headed. So here is our box on the horizon line, and you'll see the difference here. The angles that we're seeing change because of where it's placed. So this box that is right on our horizon line, we're looking directly at it. So we're only going to see these 2 sides of the box. This one up here, which is above the horizon line, we're looking up. So you can see the bottom part of the box here as well. Down on this bottom cube that we're going to make, we're going to go to our vanishing point again. Do this on both sides. And once that is complete, you'll notice, as it shows in the steps up here, we're going to have our vertical lines that will show up. Hopefully you can see this a little better. My copy's not very dark, but those lines will then, remember, line up with the front of your shape. Drag that back to however deep you want that box to be and make another vertical line there. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. Drag it back a little ways, create that vertical line for an edge. On our box on the horizon line, we'll do the same thing with that straight up and down vertical line. Try to keep your ruler as straight as you can. You don't want to be turning your ruler while you're moving, or that line is going to get off with the box. It's not going to line up quite right. The neater you can be and the straighter you can keep your ruler on these, the better this will look in the end. So try to go slow. Line up your ruler as well as you can. So now you can see that our boxes are almost complete. This box really is, because you can't see the top or the bottom. You can only see these 2 sides because we're looking directly at it. The box up here and the box down here, we need to be able to see that top or bottom of it. So this one, we're going to line up with our bottom corner, and instead of going to this vanishing point over here, which is what we started at, it would just continue our line, we're going to go to the opposite vanishing point. And that is going to help show that bottom plane of the box. So now we need to come back to this point, line up the ruler, go to the vanishing point on the opposite side again, and those 2 lines intersect right here, creating the bottom side of that cube. On our bottom box, I'm going to go to this corner, line up again to the opposite vanishing point, draw that line in, same thing here. And that finishes out our shapes. So you can go back and you can erase these lines just to finish off the boxes so they're nice and solid. But that is your short little 5-minute intro on 2-point perspective.